Going live. You're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago and today I'm gonna be testing Biomutant on the GTX 1050 Ti, 570 and 1650 Super. We'll see if we do the 750 Ti at the end. We'll see how time helps us this time around. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much to THQ Nordic for providing a copy of the game. An early review copy. I have some restrictions, I can only show you 4 hours of gameplay, but I'm not going to be anywhere close to that number, so we're going to be testing the performance as always. So yeah, thanks to them for sponsoring this video. The game is releasing tomorrow on PC. You got the Steam link in the description if you're interested in the game. So yeah, how are you guys doing? Hi, exciting. I've got a 970, so this will answer some questions for me. 1660 Ti, 1070 is recommended. Well, this is an Unreal Engine 4 game, so kind of makes sense. They usually have those requirements nowadays. So yeah, should be okay. Hello. Glad to see you guys. I missed you all. All right, let's get started with the game. So again, Unreal Engine 4, super familiar with it. So the options, as usual: textures, shadows, post-process, effect, foliage, anti-aliasing, and object detail. So yeah, we're going to play a little bit with this. Will we do 1615 on Super? Yeah, tomorrow. Today I'm a little bit limited on the time side, so I want to do it as best as I can. So yeah, hang on guys, going to start recording. So, infaltable su mate amargo, sabe, sí, por supuesto. No puede faltar nunca en la mano de un uruguayo. Bueno, ya vamos a empezar. Okay guys, starting with the game. I haven't played it yet, this is my first time launching it. Hey, Samuel78-2. Let's put it on medium. Alright, so far so good. Max settings 1080p, 1050 Ti, we're getting over 30 frames. Esta es la 1050 Ti. Guys, this is the 1050 Ti. Alright, here's the character. Looking good so far. Let me see which one I want to choose. Yeah, I think I'll go for the first one. Yeah, this looks more like the one in the game art. Define your character's starting attributes. To see more detailed explanations, press I. Okay.
Define your genetic structure.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. I love that the charisma bar puts my head as a smaller one. Yeah, I'll go a little bit to the agile side of things. Oh, okay, there's stats at the right, never mind. I think I'm going to do a mixture, something like this. Alright, so let's continue. This is only to start. Let's keep this as default. My fur. Yeah, I think this is fine.
Pick your main color.
And my color, let's go for green. Personal preference, of course. This is only to start the game.
Choose your detail color.
Detail color, let's go for blue. Yeah, I'm not creative.
Class. Sense Deadeye. Commando.
Commando. Yeah, let's go submachine gun. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, sounds good. To move forward, use W. Okay, we're into the game already. Okay, max settings, 30 frames per second, guys. Looking good so far. Hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, looking good.
But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice.
Let's go freedom and loyalty.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you.
You get it, I'm right. Yeah, whatever. We skip everything, as usual. Your character is weird. Well, yeah, it is. But that's fine. Gameplay is king, at least to me. Alright.
Guess left can be right.
But yeah, at the moment we're getting over 30 frames on the highest settings, so looking good. Hopefully it stays that way. We'll see once we get to more open locations.
Death on the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're
Hi, ZOTAC33, how's it going, man? Yeah, 1050 Ti hanging in there, yeah. ¿El juego lo probaste o es la primera vez? Mi primera vez. Yeah, guys, this is the first time I jumped into the game. I haven't played it before.
beast that shattered your family.
So yeah, you got this early. Yeah, it releases tomorrow, guys. If you're interested in the game, link in the description for the Steam page. I got a review copy early. Actually, I got a review copy 6 hours ago, but I just got home, so... Yeah, at the moment, we're doing well on the performance side of things, which is what my channel focuses on. So yeah, unfortunately this part... Okay, there's our full roll. Okay, I can roll. Yeah, this is my first time playing the game. Never touched it before. I don't even know what is it about. But I was interested in trying it out. It looked interesting. Okay, monkey wheel. Oh, cool. While I dodge, I can shoot. That's interesting. I can also shoot in the air. This reminds me of Breath of the Wild combat, but with guns, if that makes any sense. Okay, I also have hand-to-hand. Interesting. Whoa. And there's a parry button. Gotcha. But I'm not hitting it correctly. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I forget that alt is the key to dodge. I'm learning. Dodge melee. Interesting. I wasn't expecting hand-to-hand combat. I thought it was all guns. Just go to the PS5. The PS5 is expensive. Yeah, the game looks pretty. I agree.
To end this story.
And it runs okay at the moment. Time to fight another day. What? Escape the predator. Oh, okay. Gotta run then. Bye bye. Seems like 60 FPS possible on 1050 Ti with a few tweaks. Yeah, we're about to find out. Also, performance on PC at the moment is fine. We'll see once we get into the meat of the game.
It was best to run and live
But with a lot of foliage on screen, it was okay. Over 30 all the time.
for it when it comes.
Okay, never mind. Here we start dropping, as you can see. So we're in need of tweaks at the moment. It dropped to 28. So yeah, which DRM used in this game, I do not know. I don't have that information. But yeah, right now we're dropping frames. I think it's because of the flashlight. I think it casts shadows. Now it doesn't. Yeah, kinda odd. Let's fix it. So we go into the options, as usual, and we're going to lower everything to high. Let's go directly to that part. So high, high, high. And yeah, that should do. So let's start recording once more. This is 1080p high. Which is interesting because this part seems less complex than the part we were just a second ago. But hey. Let's change the text so you guys know what's going on. This is 1080p high, it's not max. Because we were dropping below 30. So yeah, there we go. Saludos desde Costa Rica, bueno, saludos desde Uruguay.
Wasn't the only threat. The wildlife started.
Okay, so this keeps us at 30 frames at the moment. So good. I think this might be the configuration I'm looking for to get good graphics and decent performance. Although, maybe it's only this area, who knows. But yeah, max settings, I think, yeah, avoid it for now. But so far so good. I wasn't expecting... On Unreal Engine 4 games, I don't usually expect highest settings to work well on the 1050 Ti. Whoa. Are you going to do 570 next? Yes. That's what I'm going to do after this one. You got that right, mister. Yeah, let's just shoot him in the face. There we go. Considering this is on max, this is very impressive. Well, this is now on high, I think. Yeah. So... it's going to be different. But we'll see if it maintains this performance or if it doesn't. I want to get to a more open location. But so far so good. Better than anticipated. Okay, medic bags. Yeah, I don't need that. I'm a good player, why would I need to heal myself? I mean, come on. Examine the ammo box. Alright. Working on it. Say hello everyone. Well, hello everyone. I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Biomutant on the 1050 Ti, 570, 1650 Super, and more coming in the following days. I hope that was enough. Okay, good. Let's pick it up. Okay, I can heal myself with one. Gotcha. Let's go work our way up. Hopefully this is already outside once more. Okay, yeah, we're outside. Awesome, awesome. Looking good. Not so great graphics and poor optimization. I mean, once you're outside it does look better, but some stuff looks off. It's not entirely consistent. Let's leave it at that. I mean, the game can look great in some parts, but in the close environments it doesn't look that great. Okay, I'm screwing up. So yeah, I'm not sure about that depth of field. That's kind of odd. A little too strong. But I do like the combat. The combat is entertaining, at the moment at least. We'll see in a few minutes. Bueno, me alegro de te sirva, ser Alfonso Aguilar Peralta. Oh, I forgot to reload. Okay, nice. Does this game support any other API? As far as I know, it's only DX11. Fallen enemies can often be looted. Okay, let's loot them. Candy. Mmm, delicious. Okay, this is toxic. I was expecting some screen space reflections. Maybe that's limited to the highest settings. I do not know. So yeah, so far pretty demanding, but again, this is a 1050 Ti. I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Yeah, even with explosions on screen it's okay. So I think high settings is the good way to get 30 frames per second. We're going to try to get 60s eventually. Just hang on. We're getting there. Okay, got all the guns. ¿A cuántos FPS corren bajo? Lo vamos a probar ahora. I forget that I have a dodge button. Screw me, right? Also I have a dodge attack. I'm getting used to the controls. That's what I'm trying to say. Send a hello to Brazil. Well, hello to Brazil and a lot of love to Brazil. They are my neighbors. I mean Uruguay. I mean, yeah. Speak Portuguese? No, but I want to learn it someday. Maybe that might be useful. Who knows? Hang on, guys. We're going to try now to aim for 60. So let's tweak some stuff. I'm going to do the classic Unreal Engine 4 technique, which is lower shadows, post-process, and effects to the lowest. And that usually gives us a massive performance boost. Let's see if that does the job. Alright, yeah, it did a great improvement, but still not good enough for 60 frames. Let's keep going. What else? What else can I lower? Let's lower the foliage to medium. The anti-aliasing is usually TAA. Yeah, here it says low is disabled, medium is FXAA, and high is TAA. Okay, medium should be fine then. Object detail, let's put it on medium as well, and that should do. This is for detail. Let's keep it on default, which is the lowest, and the draw distance on default, which again is the lowest. And let's see how that goes. Okay. Yeah, look at that shadow distance on low. Jesus Christ. Okay, we're going to keep it like this. Let's see if it stays over 50. So yeah, this is basically mid-low settings. We're going for the lowest after this. So yeah, mid-low. And let's start the recording right away. Settings, video. And remember guys, this is 1080p. Also there's a dynamic resolution option, which we're going to give a try as well. As you can see right here, there's a dynamic resolution. We're going to try and use it later on. But for now, we're using a mix between medium and low. And let's see if we can be over 50 when fighting. The shadow render distance gives me Godfall vibes. Well, yeah, it's the same engine, I think. Some enemies carry large shields. You need to break the shield with a melee attack. Okay. Sounds simple enough. Bueno, muchas gracias, Edgar. Se agradece un montón. Yo haría lo mismo por ti. Okay, guys, I'm seeing that it drops to 45. So let's stop recording. We're going for the lowest right away. This is not going to stay over 50. So low, low, low. Alright. Good to see that I could tweak it a little bit more. So this is the lowest now on 1080p. Remember, this is aiming for 60. So we go for low now. Nice. And let's keep going. Vale la pena comprar una 1050 Ti actualmente. Si podés encontrar alguna en stock, sí. Si está a buen precio. So guys, as you can see, it's still not enough. When the depth of field shows up, we drop below 50. So doesn't seem to be a huge difference between the lowest and medium. So yeah, dynamic resolution is probably the way to go on this one. At least when depth of field shows up. So yeah, nowhere close to 60, especially when that depth of field effect shows up. And combat seems to be a very big part of the game, so that's important. Okay, I can upgrade my character. Wonderful. Let's go Vitality. Nice. And let's put Rage Combat. Automatic rifles. Yeah, let's keep this one. Boom Dub. And I'm going to save the progress just in case something happens. You know, gotta be safe. We save the progress. There we go. I don't want to start the game all over again if something fails on my end. So yeah, on this mode, change textures to high. Well, look at the VRAM usage, it's nowhere close to the maximum. We're going to try medium settings with dynamic resolution. That should give us a good performance, I'm guessing. We're going to keep TAA, that's why anti-aliasing will be on high. And let's see, like this, we're getting 40 frames. That's not bad. But with dynamic resolution, we can probably make it a lot better. So, 1080p mid plus dynamic res. I think that will be good enough. Then we're going to do 900p and 720. So, patience. We enable dynamic res. And we put the frame rate limit to 60. So, we keep it like that. Dynamic resolution. Alright, yeah, with dynamic resolution and medium settings, we're getting good numbers. Now we're getting solid 60s, but the resolution is not 1080p. I mean, that's why it's called dynamic resolution. It changes resolution as it needs it to maintain the performance I selected, which in this case is 60 frames. So yeah, we're staying right here with this like this, and we're going to keep going. Can I open this door? No. I will play 30 frames with better graphics and lower graphics with better frame rates. Agreed. I'll do the same thing, personally. Okay, interesting. We got Half-Life vibes now. A crowbar. Gordon Freeman will be proud. I think I'll get over 60 in my 580. Yeah, the 580 should be okay. I mean, it's a much more powerful GPU. So much for your content. Well, you're welcome, man. Cheers from Uruguay.
Looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Okay, crowbar destroys this. Okay, that's kind of odd, but I'll take it. Okay, here we drop into the 40s again, so not even dynamic resolution can save us. So I'll aim for 30 if you're on 1080p. I mean, look at this. So yeah, disappointing, but it is what it is. So we're going for 900p now. Not even dynamic resolution saved us this time around. So we go for max settings on 900p. Let's see if we can maintain over 30. Oh, and I forgot to change the resolution. So yeah, pretty disappointing in that front, but that's why we're testing the game, to see what it can do. So accept the changes, and I'm going to adjust the FPS counter for you guys. There we go. So this is 900p highest, which in this case should be enough for 30, but we'll find out. So 900p max this time around. And yeah, let's start recording. So 900p, no dynamic resolution, no frame rate limit, and everything maxed out. And let's see. Okay, 30 frames per second, locked. Okay, yeah, no. We're not doing max settings on 900p. Yeah, I also expected 60 frames on low settings, but that doesn't seem to be doable at the moment. Let's put shadows and post-process on high. Let's see if that does anything at all. Okay, a very tiny boost. But yeah, this area is super demanding for some reason, and there's no foliage on screen at all. Not sure what's up with that. Let's see high. Okay. High seems to be good enough. So we're keeping high here. Maximum settings seems to be a little overkill for some reason. We're going to know more in a few. So yeah, let's continue. On video settings, 900p, high settings, like on 1080p actually, which is kind of odd. But hey, let's continue playing. Let's see what else we can find. I think it's just this game's nature to be pretty resource intensive. I mean, it's an Unreal Engine 4 game. Usually those are pretty demanding in some parts. This part is oddly inconsistent. Probably once I go outside it will be fine. But hey. Yeah, the fog, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you. The fog, I think that's the big problem with the performance in this game. When fog shows up. Like on Ubisoft games, when you get volumetric lighting, very heavy volumetric lighting, well, this is one of those. But I mean, objectively, it doesn't look that great in those parts where the performance dies. So yeah, pretty disappointing in that regard. And the 750 Ti is probably going to suffer quite a bit on this one. I mean, if the 1050 Ti is doing this, imagine the 750 Ti, probably below 720p, but hey. And thank you so much, Nacho Morfeo, for the 75 Uruguayan pesos. Thank you so much, man, for the generous donation. He says, I hope you didn't betray Salus water with mate amargo. The Awita army is watching. Pour some Salus in that mate. Sure thing, man. Thank you so much for the donation. It's just an inside joke we have together. Mate will never replace water. Never, ever. But thank you so much, man. Aprenda de Days Gone, loco. Bueno, Days Gone es otro juego en Real 4. Pero entiendo a lo que te referís. Some people are talking about Days Gone and how it runs amazing and looks great. And I agree, that's one of the great ones. But sometimes it's difficult to make things look and run great. Remember that making games is difficult. But at the same time, yeah, we expect good numbers in an engine that is so familiar. But that's okay. It'll be interesting to see 720p. But as you guys can see, when I'm running this part with the flashlight on, it kind of dies. But this flashlight is not even producing shadows, so I'm not understanding why it's suffering so much with the numbers here. Because once the flashlight disappears, we're okay. I mean, flashlight happens, 20 frames. Flashlight disappears, 30 frames. Okay, a puzzle. Hopefully I can skip it. Rotate each node so that the colors match. Okay. Easy enough. Whoa. Okay. Hopefully I don't die next time. Okay, there we go. I'm a genius. I did it. I'm going to continue like this. Okay. Yeah, I'm noticing that the flashlight doesn't produce shadows, definitely. But it still kills the performance, so what's the point? It's not like I need the flashlight in this location. It's completely fine. It's not so dark.
Locked up tight. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short circuit. Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Alright, there we go. Again, a genius. This gun is more optimized? Well, yeah, definitely. Yeah, pretty disappointing. In this part at least. Airstrike.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
Okay, is that a friendly? I think it is. But as you can see, guys, once the flashlight disappears, it's alright. I mean, it's playable in those parts. So yeah, something is definitely off with the performance in those sections. But they can probably tweak it with our feedback. Who knows? Alright. Parece un indie sin ofender a nadie. Y está más o menos por ahí. Gracias por siempre probar la 1050 Ti. Bueno, me alegro que les sirva, Ulises. Some people are saying thanks for testing, still testing the 1050 Ti. Well, gladly. I love that card. It's one of the ones that you guys request the most, so I might as well give it a shot as much as possible. Es que lo hicieron 20 personas. ¿Tan poca gente? Interesante. Okay, I almost got all of them. Hopefully this means we're going outside into a larger place.
Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
Alright. Yeah, let's take it all and let's keep going. Do the 570. Yeah, after doing 720p, we're doing the 570. Don't worry, guys. We're getting there eventually. That's the GT 1030. Yeah, that's coming tomorrow. Patience, please. Yeah, we skip it, skip. This card, yeah. But as you can see, guys, now the game performance is fine. It was that part with the flashlight that kind of died. Hopefully that doesn't repeat itself much later on. Okay, in this open area, I mean, look at this part. This part looks miles better than the closed environments we were just in. And we're not below 30 at the moment. So I wish the game was more this style of location. This looks wonderful. But the closed environments look terrible. Personal preference, of course. But I think these sections look amazing. I mean, the grass is not moving, it needs more animation, but it looks miles better than the section we were just visiting. That old industrial area, in comparison to this, it looks terrible, but this looks fine. It's super colorful. And it runs better than the part with less detail, which kinda doesn't make sense. I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. The part that looks the best runs the best, but the part that looks the worst runs the worst. So, kind of an odd situation, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is still not the open world, I know. I'm trying to get there. Ruffle like glitter glass. Okay. Yeah, still not the open world, but I'm trying to get there. How do you think this will run on 962 gigs? It should run almost the same as this, but at the same time it's going to require to lower the textures, so lower the texture quality and expect similar numbers. The 960 is usually almost the same as the 1050 Ti, performance-wise. It all depends in that regard too. The biggest difference is the video memory. So with 2 gigs of VRAM, just lower those textures and you should be alright. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Hay tanta diferencia entre 4 de video y 8 y depende del juego. En este caso no, porque no usa 4, usa menos. ¿Qué se puede estar usando? Toda la descripción. ¿Qué dice Sergi? ¿Todo bien? Unreal Engine and its weirdness. This reminds me of Room 2. Yeah. Usually Unreal 4 has those weird moments. But a good thing we expect that from the get-go. That is not a new thing. We kind of expect weirdness in general. When are you testing the 1660 Super? I do not have it, but expect like 10 frames ahead of the 1650 Super, which we are testing in a few minutes. Hey there! Hello! Welcome! Happy to see you guys here. Okay.
His friend Gizmo is working on a map.
Okay, I think we're about to go into the open world, which is exciting. Hopefully the performance is better than in the bad-looking part.
Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the
Okay, I cannot skip this. In the meantime, let's drink some mate. Now that we're here, we might as well. There we go. some nice hot water.
Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the hoof puff at the end
Delicious.
of the east route.
Veo qué cámara utilizas para streaming. Uso una C922X de Logitech. Some people are asking about which webcam I'm using. I'm using a C92X, Logitech C92X, and I use the 2060 to remove the background. So it looks a little bit more professional, you know. I try to have good content for you guys. So the more I can do for better quality, the better. Have you been playing Warzone lately? No, I haven't. I forgot it existed, actually. Nothing against Warzone, but I got tired of it. A little too much Call of Duty in my life. Okay, Fate of the World. Okay, so I'm looking at the map now. So let's go back.
You're getting the hang of it.
¿Cómo es que va a rendir la 570? Yo creo que un poco mejor que la 1050 Ti, pero no muchísimo mejor. Veremos. Hey, you look cute. Well, thank you, man. My ego says thanks. Alright, let's go up. Hopefully, it's a pretty looking place. As you can see, flashlight once more. Kills the performance. Alright, yeah, this looks great now.
No.
This is the open world, definitely.
Its days are numbered. Without help.
Alright, yeah. I love that the good looking parts run great. The thing is, the parts that do not look great run bad. Okay, yeah, there's the title, awesome. So we got to the open location, which is what I was worried about, to say it in some way. So yeah, these open areas look great, but the underground looks terrible and runs awful, so I'm kinda lost, at a loss on that.
A signpost. Map.
Yeah, we skip that. Okay, never mind, we're dropping frames now. Okay, but at least it's a good looking place now.
Let's see.
Okay, I just pissed. That's hilarious. I had to piss in the post. Interesting, I just marked my territory. Alright, so as you can see guys, now in the open area we're getting worse numbers, so we gotta redo everything. So let's very quickly do 1080p, find the best configuration, and then we do our best to get the best performance. So we're doing low shadows, low post-process, low effects. For some reason I cannot go below medium on effects. That's fine, never mind, there we go. Foliage, we keep it on medium, anti-aliasing on medium, objects on medium, so a mix between medium and low. And we're doing now 1080p. So yeah. So that's kind of disappointing. Let's see if a mix between medium and low helps. Okay, it does on 1080p, so good. Good news. So let's show you the 1080p configuration, and then we go 900p. But I'm not expecting 60s on 1080p. not in a million years with what I saw so far. So this is mid-low on 1080p. And we're aiming for 30 frames. 60s on 1080p, not going to happen. Let's be realistic here. So yeah. Anyways, so a mix between medium and low. What goes to low is shadows, post-process and effect, like the rest of the Unreal Engine 4 games I tested throughout time. Oh, and I forgot to fix the FPS counter, sorry about that. There we go. So yeah, we're now in the open world. The shadow distance is pretty terrible on low, but again, this is a 1050 Ti, so I wasn't expecting a lot. That looks great. Alright. Causing mayhem there.
Must be the world eater that
also, let's save the progress so I can redo this area.
to bring that down.
Wonderful. So yeah, as you can see guys, in the open location now we got to a more demanding stage, which I was looking for from the get-go. But as you can see, pretty inconsistent. There's parts where it goes to 30, others where it goes to 60. But I'm trying to be over 30 as much as possible. Let's run back. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So as you can see here, 50 frames, everything's fine. Shadow distance is pretty poor with this setting. But then I look into the distance from this location, Let's keep going. And I'm into the lower 40s. So yeah, it can vary quite a bit. So yeah, I think that a mix between medium and low gives us enough headroom to be over 30 frames, while the game's still retaining some sort of quality. And in the bad locations, we're going to get better numbers. So yeah, we're getting there eventually, guys, don't worry. I think this will be nice for 1080p. So yeah, I'll keep it like this to be safe on 1080p, and then we'll see on 900p. On 900p probably we can do medium to high. Let's keep going. How about all medium? Yeah, maybe all medium makes more sense. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to give that a shot. Once I can keep playing, hang on. But that's a good idea. I think medium might give us a good middle ground. Who would have thought? Yeah. Come on.
Regardless of who you choose, the Myriad's conviction.
So in around 15 minutes, guys, I'm swapping to the 570. So we're getting there. Remember that this is the very beginning of the game, so it took some time. Is AA turned off? AA turned off its low settings, so and it's FXAA on medium. So yeah. Hang on, we're getting there. Come on, let me continue, game, please. Gotta drink more mate in the meantime.
They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the world eaters bring down the tree of life. But siding with Jackney isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Alright. Are we there yet? Okay, good. We continue. Yeah. Alright, great. So now we got quests and we got the open world. Good. Here we are. So we are now going to save to have a good starting point for each test. I'm going to say, do what you said, guys. Let's put it all on medium. Let's see if we can find a good balance. Anti-aliasing will be on high, so we can get TAA. So the game doesn't, the edges are more consistent. Yeah, I think this is fine. So this is 1080p medium now, not low. So we keep it all on medium. It seems to be good enough. So let's see if that's a good balance. And then we're doing super quickly 900p and 720p, so we can swap to the 570. Because, you know, the 1050 Ti is not the only card we're doing. So let's keep going. Okay, looking good now. Yeah, the shadow distance, without a doubt, significantly better. Not amazing, but significantly better than low. Also, the shadow resolution is much better. Okay, medium settings on 1080p seems to be okay. Yeah, I might lower those textures later. But as of right now, it appears to be fine. So yeah, maybe for high settings, yeah, I agree. 720p is probably the way to go for high. But visually in the open locations, it looks okay. I'm still seeing those shadows generated in real time, but at the same time, I mean, shadows look good. The thing is, into the distance, it kinda breaks, and there's no SSR. I'm not seeing any screen space reflections. Yeah, I'm doing the GT 1030 tomorrow, probably. Okay, some combat, yes please. Okay, great. So now we got combat and open area. So amazing, excellent place to give a test. So yeah, here we are. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of excited now. This is looking better than the beginning. The beginning was a little bad. Let's leave it at that. It ran terribly in a part without foliage, so I got worried. Now I feel a little bit better. I think we can get through it like this. And so far I'm enjoying the combat. It's kinda weird at first, but I like that I can do melee and shooting at the same time while dodging. It feels kinda mixed in that regard. I'm trying to get used to it, because Alt is my dodge key and spacebar is jumping. I'm used to have spacebar as dodge, so it's kind of odd to use Alt. But hey, does the fight have strong depth of field? Yeah, unfortunately I haven't found a way to turn it off as of right now, but we're going to find out. Maybe in the accessibility tab or editing a config file, but that's definitely something that needs to be in the options menu. Depth of field in this game is pretty invasive, super distracting. 4 cores, 4 threads will be enough. It should be. We're using 25% of the 4 correct thread CPU, so 4 cores, 4 threads should do the job just fine. Yeah. So yeah, looking good. Looking good. Whoa, look at that shadow popping.
Will they be friends or foes?
Yeah, I mean, some of the shadows, even on medium, don't look that great in the distance. I mean, take a look at this part over here in the middle of the screen. I get like a couple steps closer, boom, it shows up. So the tree doesn't fully load to give us a shadow at that moment. Now the sun moved, but that's fine. I got my point across, I think. And yeah, but at the moment, this is the open world, so... Also there's force motion blur, I'm noticing it when moving the camera. That's also something we should be able to disable. But as of right now, looking better than the beginning, so I'm a little bit more optimistic. But 60 frames on this resolution not going to happen. Maybe at 720p, but on 1080p not going to happen.
Says they're cautious of not.
Also there is a dynamic resolution, but that's usually for when you're close to 60 but not quite hitting 60, so dynamic resolution will be more for a lower resolution than this one. The grass is juicy, yeah, completely. It also has highlights on the grass. That looks cool. It says talk to Jagni or Myrad Sifu. Alright, we're going there. Oh yeah, I think 1080p medium is the way to go. Let's now do 900p. When are they launching it? Tomorrow. Tomorrow, the game officially releases tomorrow. I happened to get a review copy earlier, so I was able to cover the game before. But the game releases tomorrow, guys, so it's coming to Steam in 24 hours from now, probably. So yeah, it's coming tomorrow. I'm just giving you guys an early look, since you have to know what you're getting into when you buy games. It's fun to take a look at them before they release. So we're doing now 900p high. Hopefully this is good enough for 30 frames, because the game should be looking a lot better than on medium. But hey, gotta give it a shot. So 900p, everything cranked up to high, not to max. And we're doing 720p later, yeah, which should be super close to 768p, like you guys are requesting in the chat. So it's appreciated. Thank you guys for being there. I appreciate it. And after 720p, we do the 570, then the 1650 Super, which in an Unreal Engine 4 game, I'm expecting the 570 to do similar to this card, and the 1650 Super to be significantly faster. Yeah, here I'm getting drops below 30. Maybe I need to lower the... Yeah, it's when those effects show up. Let me see if I can fix this, because this is pretty noticeable. Maybe are the effects. Let's lower that to problem. Okay, it doesn't, so it's not the effects. Good to know that I'm getting those issues right away, so I can warn you guys. Let's see if it's the post-process. Okay, not the post-process either. Maybe the shadows. Those are the things that bother me when the game doesn't make sense in certain areas. Okay, it's the shadows. Okay, so the shadows was the issue. It's not the fog, it's the shadows. So let's put it on medium. Let's see if that fixes the problem. Okay, yeah, shadows on medium fixes the issue. So with shadows on medium we get 39 FPS, with shadows on high, yeah, we get 23. So shadows on high, it's a no-go for this card on this resolution. So put shadows on medium on 900p. So good to know that that was a major problem. So shadows is definitely what you should be paying attention to on this game. Good to know. Good to know. It's a huge difference. I mean, more than 30% better with shadows on medium rather than high. But again, I still think that the depth of field is very intrusive. I wish I could turn it off. So yeah, I think that the shadow distance is probably the issue. Maybe this rendering more shadows in the distance that it needs to. But good to know that we figured it out. That makes it a lot better, without a doubt. At least in an Unreal game must be easy to disable through INI files. Yeah, it should be super easy to disable, but I do not know the exact commands. So yeah, we're working on it. Evening, sir. Is this pre-release version? Yeah, this is the pre-release. It's releasing tomorrow, but I mean, it shouldn't change that much from today to tomorrow. If there's any major issue with the game, they're not going to fix it in 24 hours. Trust me on that one. But yeah, it can improve. It can improve. But the things I test, which is the performance and other things, in general, you cannot fix that in 24 hours. Just a quick thought to get it out of my chest. ¿Puedes decir algo en español? Lo acabo de hacer. Did you do the 1650 Super already? No, not yet. It's coming after the 570. We do this one, the 570, and we're good to go. But so far so good now. Oh, I forgot to change in the title. This is 900p high and mid shadows. This is, to me at least, the best way to get decent graphics on 900p, plus you stay over 30 frames. So yeah. Está bueno el juego, hasta ahora parece bastante interesante. Lo que me frustra un poco es el motion blur y el depth of field. I can't stay. I would like to see Sifu. Yeah, let's see her, or him. Probably it's a him, but we're not going to assume his gender. Fua, ¿sos argentino, man? No, soy de Uruguay, pero anduviste cerca. Okay, here we are. Let's keep going. Yeah. We don't care about this. Yeah. Yes, I'll join the Jagni. Yeah, why not? Let's just join them. Just a casual thing. I'll just say yes to everything. Like I do in my dates. Just say yes to everything. Okay, outposts. So, open world activities. Okay, good. We're getting more of the map into our minds. No te puedo sacar de Argentina, Agustín, pero si lo puedo hacer algún día te aviso. Vas a ser el primero en enterarte. So in performance, 1080p mid, 900p high. Yeah, basically 1080p mid and 900p, everything on high except in shadows that wreck the performance right away. I heard no 4K support on PS5. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe they're using the backwards compatibility mode for this one on PS5. I'm guessing. So, thanks Paradise DK for the heads up. How are you doing, man? I've been seeing that you publish a lot of content in your channel. How's it going with the new headset? Okay, we're outside again. And yeah, look at this. It runs a lot better with shadows on medium, no doubt about it. These tutorials though, I thought it would be like Breath of the Wild. Just go alone. Well, yeah, it's not the same, but I can definitely see a lot of inspiration from Breath of the Wild, if that makes any sense. Especially on the combat side of things. It's like Link had a rifle, because I can lock onto an enemy and dodge and shoot while dodge, and hit while I dodge and jump. So it feels like a more acrobatic Link with a rifle, which sounds pretty interesting. I think it feels different, but I can see the inspiration. That's what I'm trying to get across. Yeah, I do daily bits. New headset going back. FOB is amazing, but not as sharp as the Rift S. Oh, wow. Good to know at least that we got more FOB. The FOB is usually the harder thing to pin down, in my opinion. Is this Immortals Phoenix Rising? No, but Immortal Phoenix Rising, I can see the inspirations from Breath of the Wild. And this one takes a lot of elements, it seems. So, yeah. They look similar, but they're very different. This is God of War. This is the first boss fight the second boss fight of God of War. I mean, look at that enemy. The same pillar, but it's not on fire. That's hilarious, man. But I'll take it. We don't have God of War on PC. That's hilarious. I love it. Yeah, this is the second boss fight on God of War. Boy, where's the boy? Yeah, this is definitely God of War in this part. So you can see, yeah, this is God of War at home, yeah. Mom, I want God of War. We have God of War at home. God of War at home. But that doesn't mean it's bad. I'm enjoying myself playing this game at the moment. It's like a combination of Breath of the Wild and God of War in that regard. On the combat side of things, I mean. Breath of the Zelda, Breath of the War. God of Wild. This isn't God of War, this is God of War. God of fighting in school. Yeah, basically. If Kratos had a rifle and was more athletic. Hello, Anish Nakhale. How's it going, man? Okay. New loot. I can go through it. That doesn't look good, the clipping. Oh, that's alright. Sí, también Devil May Cry. Yeah, of course, also Devil May Cry, guys. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about Devil May Cry. So it seems like a mix of a lot of genres. Dice que vale la pena los 1500 que valen en Steam. La verdad no sabría decirte porque lo jugué una hora hasta ahora y... Sí, una hora hoy. Necesito más tiempo con el juego para saber. So we just pee in the post so we can fast travel. Interesting. Let's pee on all the outposts. So as you guys can see, here we go. With the map. Ya lo craquearon. La verdad que no tengo idea porque el juego sale mañana, pero si el juego lo querés jugar, te recomiendo que inviertas un poco si te interesa mucho. Pero está bueno para probarlo, si sale craqueado. God of the Wild, yeah. Okay, enough 900p, let's do 720p once we go back to the open world. Oh, there's also swimming, okay. Interesting. Let's go for 720p now. 720p should be a decent improvement, to say the least. 4K, no, that's coming on the 1650 Super, not on the 1050 Ti. Sorry, but I gotta take advantage of the time I have with this game. So 720p, we're going to start with high, because I don't have high hopes for high shadows. So let's start with high, then we see... Oh, hang on. I can do max and high shadows, because shadows are killing it with the performance. So let's see how that goes. Okay. Sounds good enough. Looks good enough, better said. So this is now max settings, but high shadows, because shadows... I drowned. Sorry character, I killed ya. High shadows. I killed my character accidentally. Let's say it was an accident. Hilarious. Thanks for the love, guys. I love you all. Okay, I got up. Let's start recording the 720p footage. So this is, again, ultra settings, but the shadows are on high because those are super demanding for some reason. But that's fine. We're getting the hang of it. So yeah, sorry for the drowning. I wasn't paying a lot of attention. At least I learned how to not swim.
Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something.
Oh, that's my mother.
Train with her before.
She's so hot. So attractive. Do you think it's worth all the hype? I didn't know there was hype behind it, honestly, because it took so long to be released, but at the moment it's better than I anticipated. I was expecting to be disappointed, but I'm getting surprised, with the combat mechanics especially. The open world I didn't care too much. I usually care about combat, and I like that you can dodge, shoot, and do hand-to-hand at the same time. It feels good to control. So yeah, personally I was looking forward to the gameplay, not the open world and all that stuff. What does disappoint me is that the graphics are a mixed bag. The game does look good in these instances, but some other instances the game looks significantly worse, like in the industrial underground areas. So yeah, mixed feelings. Combat I like, the rest pretty meh. Oh, I can craft my own weapons, okay. Interesting. See, these are things I do not care about, personally. Alright. So I can craft it like this. Interesting, but again, not what I look for in games like this. In a game like this, I look forward to the combat more than anything. So yeah, I like the combat, but the rest is pretty meh to me. And the graphics are a mixed bag. And the forced depth of field, I don't like that. But that's just me. That can be tweaked with an INI file, probably. I'm late for training. Yeah, let's keep training. If you want history, read a book. Well, yeah. or watch a movie. But yeah, I'm a gameplay. Oh, okay, that was right button, not left. But as you can see, guys, this is what I like about the game so far. I can do combat like this, I can jump, I can roll and attack at the same time. But in the main game, in the open location, I can also do guns. So there is a lot of what I like in third-person combat. But then the rest, I don't mind too much. But I like gameplay so much in games that I usually just stay for the gameplay. Which, this is one of those games, to me at least. I stay for the gameplay. The rest is not groundbreaking, but it's serviceable. Anyways, so guys, we get to the open world. I do 60 frames on 720p, and we do the 570. Don't worry, we're getting there. I'm starting to understand how the game works. So once I get out of this area, we're getting there. I see your bit about Resident Evil Village 2 gave us a VRAM issue, but I'm having the same issue with the 2070 after cutscenes. Really? Have you tried lowering those textures or disabling ray tracing? That usually helped in that game for me, at least on the 2060. Force Fulfill seems kinda bad. Yeah, I do not like it at all, but there's probably a way to get rid of it in the config files. We're going to try that at the end of the video. Search the cloth pile. Okay, we're going to it. Where's the cloth pile? Oh, there you are. The game is already out? No, it's coming out tomorrow, but I got an early review copy thanks to THQ Nordic for providing one. But yeah, the game releases in around 24 hours, if not less. ¿Cuál gráfica me recomiendas cuando vuelva al stock? Y la que puedas pagar, básicamente. Oh, I can also customize my clothing. Okay, interesting. Again, that's something I do not care about, personally. But some people do. Yeah.
You should take it with.
Okay, I think we're good here. Hopefully we can get back to the open world after this. THQ Nordic are good people. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've been working with them for a while. Not directly. I mean, I've been with the PR. The PR from them is great. They always answer every question I do to them. So yeah, I'll have to ask them about the depth of field, that's for sure. Like, it's totally fine, but I'm tired of trailers exaggerating so much. Well, trailers are made to make people excited about a product, so they buy it, so kinda makes sense. But I understand your point of view. I have the same problem with other media that is not video games. Does this game has the Nuvo? I do not know. I think it doesn't, but don't quote me on that. Come on. Let me skip. Please, open world. Okay, good. Okay, so this is a part that is important for the story. So we're going to lower everything to the medium to low. Medium to low will be good. I think for 720p 60. So that's what we're doing. So I can swap GPUs. I'm kinda late for that. Okay, 69. Nice. You know what I mean, guys. So a mix between medium and low. Good. So this is mid-low or low-mid. Yeah, low-mid makes more sense. And this will be my 60 frames configuration, at least for now. We'll see how it goes. I'm 100% with you. We don't have time to craft. Combat and exploration is where it's at. Well, yeah, I agree. That's my personal preference too. So glad to know that we agree. Alright, so 720p medium to low. And as you can see here with the effects on screen, we dropped into the low 60s, but so far so good. We'll see once we go back to the open location. Oh no! Alright, let's keep going. Again, we're waiting for the open world, and after this we're doing the 570, as usual.
Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
I love how the mother just walks away from her son and left him inside the burning house. What a good mother. No wonder I'm so wrecked nowadays. That team was only like 20 people. Yeah, that's insane. I mean, the game feels way higher budget than that. More than 20 people. So yeah, considering the amount of people, that's amazing. Does it have an FOB slider? I do not know. I gotta check that out, but I don't think so. Okay, yet another God of War boss fight. But now my mother is fighting with me, so I feel like a good boy. So this time around, instead of doing the dad, I'm the son. So the mother should be saying, boy, boy. I think we're not going to beat him like that. He's just destroying the mother. There's an FOB slider and the offsetting in options. Okay, let me check it out super quickly. Oh, here it is. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the depth of field is here and there's an FOB slider. Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry, I haven't checked that out. Okay, we're going to keep the FOB on 90 degrees and the camera shake off. I do not like that. And depth of field off. Thank you for mentioning that. So there is an FOB slider and you can disable depth of field. Great, I love that. Okay. Yeah, but the depth of field is still there, so I'm kind of lost. Hang on, let me double check. I'm going to disable this. Auto adjust. Depth of field disabled. Maybe it's for story reasons, but the depth of field is still there.
Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water.
Okay, I can jump in the water like a beast.
Don't make waves.
Mama, save me. Entonces estaba haciendo depth of field todo el tiempo. No, lo acabo de desactivar. Guys, I just disabled depth of field, but it's still there. Maybe it's for story reasons. But we'll see once we get back to the open world. How's performance on the 580? I do not know. Once I test the 570, you'll find out. The 570 should be like 10 frames behind the 580, so that should be a good reference. No, she says mi hijo. Okay, sounds good enough. Sounds like real life. Can't be skipped. Okay, spoilers ahead then. Not going to end well. If I cannot skip that. Guys, right after this, and we get to the open world, I'm swapping GPUs, don't worry. We're getting there. We gotta test it correctly, if not, it doesn't make sense. Alright. But unfortunately I cannot skip this part, not yet at least. So yeah. We're getting there, don't worry. You like coffee? Yeah, I love coffee, but I was drinking too much coffee, so I swapped to something less harmful for my body. Okay, we're back into the open world, I think. Good. I thought this game was going to come out at midnight, but apparently it's out tomorrow afternoon. Okay, good to know. Still like 24 hours from now, but we can take a look at the game at least. I'm going to save the progress now. I think that the depth of field is definitely gone, but that specific cutscene did have forced depth of field. We'll see once we get into combat once more. Que ya lo consumís, Valdo. Saludos de Uruguay. Okay, guys, so, whoa, there's a modern city inside of this. Oh, it's a dead city. Okay, gotcha. As I was saying, once we get into the combat, we're going to see if there is any depth of field. Okay, there's no depth of field. So the setting does work. So if you guys don't like depth of field, you can definitely turn it off. Although in some very specific cutscenes, it'll be there. To add some, what's the name of this? To add some drama. So yeah, will you finish the game? Probably not, unless I like it a lot. Because I do not play a lot of games in my spare time. Since recording feels like work. And I try to take some breaks. Whoa, I died. I died, okay. Last checkpoint. But yeah, in general, I do not finish games because I don't feel the best playing games nowadays. It's just a personal thing, nothing against games, of course. Games get boring when you get older, well yeah, especially if you played games your whole life. It feels like work. Santi, ¿estás estudiando algo? Por ahora no. Bueno, estoy estudiando medicina china, que es como acupuntura. Pero sí, ando en eso ahora. Okay, come on. I'm still not completely understanding the dodging. Not completely understanding. Not completely embracing how it works. The Alt key for dodging kills me. I'm so used to use the spacebar to dodge. Yo, how's it going, man? Abdullah Gamer. It's been a while, man. Okay, I dodged perfectly. There we go. Oh, I effed up. Let's heal ourselves. This is the first time in the game I healed. That tells you something. It has some weird art style that is not so nice, but it looks like it's cluttered and rushed. Well, yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag, graphically speaking. But in some parts it does look great. But in some others, not so much. Come on. Also, there's a stamina bar, but I didn't even notice that there was one. So I think they should be a little bit more aggressive with the stamina bars. Or maybe I'm just playing on normal mode and the game is easy in that setting. So maybe I'll play it on hard later. Alt for dodging is weird. I swapped it in Assassin's Creed Origins because it was too confusing. Well, glad to see that I'm not the only one. It's just it's very off-putting because I'm used to use spacebar. But there's also using spacebar for jumping, so I kinda get confused. Okay. We got him, we conquered that boss fight like bosses. Alright, wonderful. Let's save the progress, and I'm going to reload super quickly the part that we were on daytime. So let's load that. I think it was this one. Can you show GPU and CPU temps? They are below 70. I'm not showing them because it changes depending on too many factors. Okay, as you guys can see here in the open area, we're getting very good numbers with these settings. This is what I was playing beforehand. And as you can see, like this, 720p low to medium, you get over 60, like all the time, over 60. So good numbers at the moment. This is how you get over 60 in this game. 720p shadows, post and effects on low, the rest on medium, and that's basically it. And as you can probably notice, there's no depth of field now, which gives us a few extra frames in combat. So yeah, looking good. But yeah, the color palette is pretty odd. I'm not going to deny it. That's what I mean by mixed bag. It does feel odd to the eyes in some parts. Where are you from? I'm from Uruguay, mister. South America. I'm a Latino. Alright, got it.
Right in the face.
Yeah, 70 minutes, I know. I'm swapping, don't worry. So as you can see, at 720p, that's the way to go. So we're swapping to the 570. Sorry guys for the delay. It took a while. But now at least we got pinned down what was the demanding part and what was the worst setting. So yeah, let's swap GPUs. 570 on the way, guys. ¿Tenés un buen inglés? Bueno, gracias Rafael, te agradezco un montón. Ese es un juego para Gamepad. Sí, estoy de acuerdo, pero me gustó con mouse y teclado. So guys, 1 second, about to swap to the 570. Be right back. There you go. HDMI in. Difficult to reach. Really difficult to reach. But we get it done. Alright. In the meantime, some mate will be nice. So let's pour some hot water. It's like drinking tea, basically. ¿Cómo hablas inglés también? ¿Estudiaste? Bueno, muchas gracias primero que nada. Sí, le metí muchas horas. Delicious. Alright. Anyways. We're back into the PC now with the 570. On the 570 we're going to start with the highest settings, then we'll see what we do, but highest settings will be my first thought. My first thought. So 1080p max will be our first setting. And then we're going to... Let me check if there's any updates for the drivers. Okay, the drivers are up to date. Beautiful. So let's get back into the game, shall we? Biomutant. And thanks again to THQ Nordic for providing a copy of the game early. You guys are great. And thanks also to you guys for being here, watching the video, everything that you do for me and for yourselves. If you help yourself, you help everybody else at the same time. That's a phrase I like hearing. But yeah, thank you guys. And again, Unreal Engine 4, so usually Nvidia cards run better than AMD ones, but we'll see. You can be surprised. Los juegos en Unreal van muy mal en GPUs AMD. Sí, justo lo que estaba diciendo, pero sí, tal cual, en general. Hey, Seifo X, how's it going, man? Welcome to the channel, mister. We missed ya. Alright, so we're back into the game now. Let's go for 1080p. 1080p I think will be a good starting point. So 1080p, maximum settings. Pray to the gods of thunder and the gods of AMD for good performance. And also the gods of Unreal Engine 4, why not? Might as well, now that we're here. Okay, good. Let's see if... Oh, I forgot to launch the FPS counter. 1 second, guys. Okay, good. So 1080p is our starting point. But I think that the game froze. Oh, never mind. It just forced itself to go to 4K for some reason. Hang on, going to fix it. Alt-Enter, that doesn't work. Yeah, this happens when you usually go into another software and the games kinda get confused. There we go. So 1080p, good. Don't worry, this is weirdness that happens sometimes when you minimize a game. So this game does not like to be minimized. That's good stuff to know. So 1080p we're doing on the highest settings, so maximum. Then on the camera, I disabled depth of field. I increased the FOV to 90 degrees. Personal preference, this is a third-person game. So yeah. Let's continue. We're going to go into the daytime part. It looks better. Personal preference, of course. So yeah, thank you so much for the videos. Well, thank you so much for watching, man. I wouldn't be able to make videos if it wasn't for you guys. Okay, so maximum settings on the 570, we're getting 30 frames here. Although we're dropping some frames below 30. I probably should use high. Or maybe I just need to lower shadows. Usually shadows are killer. There's a first setting and detail too. Yeah, but those are on default. On default, those settings are the minimum. So this is not the highest actually. As you can see here, it says default, higher, and max. I do not want to touch these ones, honestly, because it's already the minimum. So I don't want to go any further at the moment. What I'm going to do though is lower the shadows to high to see if we can get playable frame rates. Okay, in this part, on this card at least, shadows do not seem to be the culprit. Let me see if it's the object detail. No, that's not it. Let's see if it's something else. Oh, maybe shadows on medium helps. Okay, yeah, it was the shadows. Alright. Yeah, maybe there's a lot of shading on the grass when shadows are on over medium. So yeah, shadows on high is super demanding, so avoid it for now, at least on this resolution. So 1080p, everything on the highest, but shadows on medium. So this is pretty important, guys. Shadows on high is already too demanding, at least on this resolution in this card. So we're doing 1080p max plus medium shadows. And that should give us over 30 frames all the time. We'll see. Let's keep playing. Maybe shadows are so demanding because of the grass. Maybe. I do not know really. But the grass does seem to have some shading going on it. But the unfortunate part of this is that medium shadows has very poor shadow draw distance, at least in my opinion. But it does look okay. At least. Although it's running a lot better than on the 1050 Ti. The 1050 Ti on high settings... Whoa, something happened there. Oh, it went into windowed mode for some reason. Hang on, guys. Sometimes it happens with the 570, not sure why. That's a thing I run into with the 570 and Unreal 4 games. Sometimes, for some reason, the games go minimized or go into windowed mode. So yeah, not a major problem. It happened to me before. So yeah, as of right now, we're getting good numbers, considering it's an AMD card on an Unreal 4 game. So yeah. Se me hace muy genérico y sí, tiene sentido. Pero bueno, para eso están las reviews, ¿no? Have you played The Walking Dead from Telltale? Yeah, I loved it. I haven't finished the past season 2, but I loved it, yeah. One of my favorites. Especially the first one. Okay, got them all. Day gone. Day gone forever. 2060 video incoming, probably on Wednesday. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm planning on it, especially in a new game.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone.
But it does look good in this part. Not gonna lie. I like the visuals in this part. But again, it's a mixed bag, visually speaking. Yeah, The Walking Dead is amazing, the game, yeah, I agree. If you like story-based games, go for it. You're not going to be disappointed. Okay. Let's load more up-to-date save. So we can keep on Yeah, the draw distance is pretty demanding. Yeah, it is. The draw distance of the shadows, mostly. But as I was saying, I want to continue the story so I can get into more locations to be more familiar. This is going to run bad. I can already smell it. This underground locations for some reason kill the performance. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to this part. Whoa, that's a cool arm. Nice. Old World Clunkfist. Okay. Yeah, let's equip it. I love this. This looks great. I love that he puts the arm in the back. Yeah, healing stuff. Yes, please. Give me that. Clunkist to smash through the wall. Okay. Let's smash through. Is this Overwatch? Is this Doomfist? Of course, I'm not being serious, but it reminded me of that. It only needs a shotgun in the fist. So guys, remember, if you're stuck with a wall in the middle, just do some fisting. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Oh yeah, at the moment it's running okay. Good. Usually these close environments at the very beginning run like complete garbage. Now appears to be better. Oh yeah. Looking good. Bonked. Yeah, go to horny jail. Hey, Chamindu Sandeepa. How's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you here, mister. How's it going? Good to know. These enemies are so tanky, yeah. They're bullet sponges and fist sponges. Oh, there's also fire. Cool. Oh, I am about to die. Hang on. I forget that I have a health bar. Also, for the people asking, yeah, you can disable the narrator if you find it annoying. You can also change how often the characters use gibberish when they're talking. So yeah, it has some sort of customization going on in that regard. Great shot, thanks. I personally do enjoy having a narrator. It feels just like real life when your mind talks to you. If you find it annoying, of course you're going to turn it off. Yeah, they were eating bullets like crazy. Yeah. Bricktown. Okay. Can I do 60? We're going to find out in a second. Bricktown. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is taking its sweet time to release. Well, as long as it runs fine and it's a good game, take as long as you need. That's what I say. Okay, this part looks pretty effing demanding, so good. That's what I was looking for. So yeah, I think max settings, yeah, and now it's daytime, looking beautiful. Yeah, when it's nighttime, the game doesn't look great. It looks pretty flat, if that makes any sense. So yeah, let's stop this. Let's do if we can do. Let's see. Not brick, yeah, brick. I know my pronunciation is kind of odd, but it's not my main language. So as I was saying, that was the highest settings, but shadows on medium. That's over 30 frames. Let's go for the lowest. So we go for the lowest right away. Let's see if we can get 60s in this location that appears to be pretty taxing on the GPU. So we go for 1080p low. Yeah, the game does look a lot worse, but it runs significantly better. So 60s appears to be possible, 50 to 60. So we're going to record this because I think it's something that someone in real life will use, but it does look a lot worse on low, not going to lie. It does have a dynamic resolution, but maybe on 900p I would use it. The only thing I cranked up are those textures. I'm going to put them on medium. Not that we're here, we might as well. Just give it a shot. So yeah, like this. And let's see. Yeah, the textures didn't make a lot of difference, but in the part that runs bad, it's 60 frames. So yeah, good stuff. And the shadows do not disappear on the lowest setting, which is a good thing. I hate when I have to disable shadows. So yeah, looking good for the 570 so far. No funca la 750 Ti, vamos a probarla mañana, pero va a funcarse. La veo posible. Oh, this reminds me of the first time I went into the graveyard in Dark Souls 1. That I just found skeletons that were bullet sponges. In this case, fist sponges, or sword sponges in Dark Souls. 2077 music intensified. Yeah, exactly. You're reading my mind, guys. How do you do that? I want to read my mind as well. Try shadows on max. Shadows on max, not worth it. Already on high, shadows are below 30 frames. Something breaks when shadows are over medium. At least on this resolution. So I'm not going to go for max. Doesn't make sense. I mean, we drop below 30 on high. Max is not good. Unreal Engine is the only engine that performs almost the same on low and high. Well, this is like double the performance and high, so... And look at that shadow pop in. Jesus Christ. But again, this is low settings, so yeah. Can I piss here?
That's a resource totem.
Ah, no, never mind. This is not a fast travel spot. I have to bash this down.
Ah, some wood scrap. Always happy to find that.
Shadows are very poorly optimized. Medium seems to be the way. Yeah, medium shadows appears to be a must to keep performance in check. Definitely. But they need to tweak it further. Something definitely off with the shadow setting. What CPU are you using? An i3 10100F. You can find all the specs in the description. Try medium shadows. I might, but it's already at 60, so it shouldn't change that much, really. I mean, visually, no. The performance shouldn't be 60 frames if I put that on medium. It's already struggling to keep 60s on the lowest, so I don't think that would be a benefit. I already tried high. You can rewind the live stream to find it. But it runs okay. On high you can do over 30 frames, but you need to lower those shadows to medium. If not, you're below 30. No way out of it. Your code on Epic still on? Yeah, it still works. If you want to use it, guys, it still works. Gladly. I would be pretty pissed if it didn't work. Alright. Let's now do 900p. So we're going for 900p now. Let's go for maximum settings first. Should be okay, but we'll see. The shadow setting is what bothers me. But let's see if on 900p it can handle it. It will be interesting to see. The 580 should be like 10 frames ahead. Add 10 FPS and you got yourself a 580 in general. So this is 900p max, and let's see if we can keep over 30. The shadows is what bothers me, but hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, over 30. Let's see if that stays that way. The game does look a lot better. We're going to load the previous part that I was a second ago. So we can see if it stays true to what happened. If the performance is dead with shadows over medium. So we run to this location and that should give us a clear picture. Alright, okay. It appears to be fine with shadows on max on this one. Doesn't seem to be dropping below 30. Okay, let's start recording. We'll see how it goes. But if anything happens to the performance, guys, remember, lower those shadows to medium and you'll be good to go. So this is 900p highest settings. So let's go for it. Is 8 gigabytes good to play? Yeah, the RAM usage at the moment, it doesn't appear to be anywhere close 8 gigabytes. So yeah. No probaste 1080p en medio salto y no porque no cambia mucho, la verdad. Put the fur in minimum. The fur is on minimum. Default is the minimum fur. You cannot go lower than default on the fur side of things. But yeah, does page file have an impact on performance, on RAM usage or stuttering? It depends on how much RAM the game uses. Usually when you're running out of RAM, it uses page file. Well, the page file is always working and or doing something. But in general, it's a benefit when you're not running out of RAM a lot. But in video games, in general, you want to have more RAM than... and not rely on the page file. The page file is generally much slower. So I recommend to have enough RAM instead of putting a big page file. But it depends on the game really. Some games tolerate it better than others. Yeah, still impressive for a team of 20 people. Yeah, agreed. I agree completely. Thanks, narrator. Chop chop. I think for 900p medium will be fine. We'll see. Definitely much better without depth of field. Agreed completely. I'm so glad that they put that in the options menu. It's in the camera settings, but it's there. But I'm so glad I can turn it off. It was so annoying. Sorry if I asked. What CPU you're using? Everything is in the description, man. But thanks for asking. I wish Windows could use a swap partition like Linux. That would save me some space on the C drive. Yeah. Well, you can dream. Maybe in the future, who knows. The narrator is okay, I think. It does not bother me. Well, you can always disable it if you don't like it. But it's... I don't know, I think it's entertaining to have it in the background. I don't feel so alone, if that makes any sense. Alright. Yeah, so far so good on the 570. I was expecting a lot worse after seeing the 1050 Ti. So yeah. Let's run all the way down. Let's see if there's fall damage. I haven't checked that already. Better said, I haven't checked that yet. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any fall damage. Good. It's easier to traverse around. Where are you at? I don't know. Still looking for them. No offense though. So yeah, so far so good on this card. Come on, more bullets. Ahora mejora si tengo las 578 GB. En este juego sería idéntica. Alright. He's dead. And you should be dead eventually as well. There we go. Okay. Good stuff. Let's now do medium settings. I think medium will be good for 60 frames. Let's find out. I think it will be okay. Anti-aliasing will be kept on high because it's TAA, and TAA, in my opinion at least, is a good thing to keep around. It makes the edges look softer, which is something I personally find pleasing because it's not super distracting. So yeah, 900p on medium settings. I mean, overall this is medium. So yeah, mid, 900p mid. And alright, let's get to it. We're going to load the save file. And let's see how it fares. Should be pretty good. Okay, good. Let's look into the distance just like we did a second ago. Okay, we are over 60, looking into the distance. This part was pretty poor beforehand. Good to see that it runs fine now. It's funny how you always do a double time as soon as you switch to Spanish. Yeah, agreed. It must be my way to make it work. My brain kinda gets tangled itself.
Like this still exist. Most of them got flooded.
Yeah, it's probably a way to to keep up with the language swaps. Yeah, I think this is the best configuration for the 570. 900p medium settings, high anti-aliasing, max textures. So yeah, looking good. I imagine that the 1650 Super will run it amazingly well, considering the numbers I'm getting on the 570. And usually Unreal Engine 4 games on Nvidia cards run the best, in general. Bilingual gang, hell yeah. Never surrender, never give up. Bilingual gang, FTW. That doesn't make any sense, but bear with me. I'm trying to say something interesting. Dual languages creates driver overhead. Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to put it. You get like a driver overhead. Yeah, I need more CPU time. ¿Qué onda, guachín? ¿Todo bien? Todo bien, Xanax. ¿Vos cómo estás? Bienvenido al stream. Do guns reload when using your melee weapon? Let's find out. Yeah, they do. I'm getting reload while I'm fighting, so yeah. You do get reloads in real time while you're doing melee weapons. Thanks for that question, I didn't notice that. I have a 1050 Ti, and if I play this game I think I can plug in a controller and play with 30 frames because I don't really mind it. Okay, that's fair. You can do that on 1080p, so you get a good input latency, in my opinion. There's a 30 frames cap in the options menu if you want to use it. And there's also a lot of motion blur and depth of field, which depth of field is optional. You can switch it off. So yeah, I think it will be a comfortable experience. If I had the game multiplayer, I would have bought it. What do you mean? What does that mean? I missed the point there. Auto reload mechanic, nice. Yeah, I mean, it's reloading there and I'm attacking at the same time, and the guns are being reloaded, so it works for me. I'm reloading now, and I'm attacking. Yeah, it still reloads. Let's wait until FPS booster patch. I mean, yeah, I think they should just fix the shadow option. That's what gives us the most problems so far. But in this part, the game looks really nice, in my opinion. It really does. The thing is that it's very mixed on the graphics department. Some parts like this look amazing, but some others, like the underground parts, look pretty dated. So yeah. Anyways, let's stop recording. Let's do now 720p. That, I mean, if it ran on max settings on 900p, on 720p should be no different. So we go back to 720. And we're applying those settings. It's going to be okay. So 720 now on the highest. But 900p medium, I think it was the best configuration, without a doubt. The game looked good, and we kept good numbers. So yeah. Just my point of view. Okay, nice. 720, highest settings. Let's go! 720, highest. Deferred detail and world draw distance. I'm not touching that. This is already the lowest. But I'm not touching it because in general, Unreal Engine 4 games are very finicky with those settings. I want to have more time testing them out. Who knows, might get DLSS patch one day. Yeah, maybe. That would be nice. Although it would be also nice if DLSS worked on all GPUs. But it's not. Okay, yeah, 720p highest, we are getting over 30. To be expected, 900p was the same. The one that was difficult on max was 1080p. But yeah, it seems that shadow option is too demanding. I'm sure if I put shadows on medium, the game will be locked to 60. But we're going to try that eventually. ¿Cuánto tiempo te llevó llegar a ese nivel de inglés? Y más de 7 años. Como 10 años me tomó. Sí, básicamente como 10 años. Pero fue algo muy consistente. O sea, yo creo que en menos tiempo se puede llegar. Do everything on max for the lols. Everything. Yeah, we're doing it later. Don't worry. But not on this card. On the 1650 Super we are doing it because I know that one is the most powerful I have. But already the game looks good enough, so I don't think it's necessary. Because those settings usually are super taxing and break the game. So I like to keep those for last. Just personal preference, of course. Bueno, Santiago, ¿cómo va el rendimiento en este juego? Robé en el stream y lo vas a encontrar, pero es bastante complicado, considerando cómo se ve. Alright, come on, please die. Oh, I can have multiple weapons. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know I could swap them in real time. I'm just glad I bought the 1660 Super before the video card crisis. Yeah, I mean, anything that you did before the graphics card crisis related to graphics cards is positive. I have a friend that bought a 2070 Super, and now he wanted to wait for the 3070, but he just bought the 2070 Super, and he's glad because now the 2070 Super is super expensive. So yeah, 1080p medium, how many FPS? Probably 45 to 60. Alright, like I started but I don't have that much extra time. That's alright, man. You can always watch this later or not watch it at all. I will always be here for you, man. Okay, he dead. Beautiful. So I'm going to stop recording now. Let's try my expectations, which is probably shadows on medium means lock 60s. Let's see. Everything on max, but shadows on medium. There you go. I proved my point. As you can see, guys, I lowered shadows to medium and it went all the way up to 60. I'm going to keep the rest on high just to make it more consistent. But as you can see, shadows is the most taxing option without a doubt. So this is the highest settings plus shadows on highest settings. This is high settings with shadows on medium. All right, good. Good. Yeah, shadows are pretty taxing on this one. No doubt about it. I was talking about learning Spanish, not the stream. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I didn't understand that. Gotcha. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Spanish is much more difficult to learn than English. Let's keep that as something real. I mean, Spanish is super difficult in comparison to English. Super difficult, I mean learning. There's too many exceptions to rules in Spanish that English doesn't have. Foliage wants to have a word with you. Yeah, I mean, Foliage in this case doesn't seem to change performance that much. But I understand what you're talking about, man. Thanks for the heads up, but in this one, I don't think it's that demanding. Spanish grammar is more complex. Yeah, exactly. That was what I was trying to point out. Whoa, that was difficult to pronounce. Jesus. Well, my native language is German, still super hard. Well, yeah, if you're German is more similar to English, but it's difficult to learn as well. But Spanish will still be difficult for you to learn. I mean, yeah, it's a difficult language, not going to lie. I'm glad that I know Spanish natively. That gives me an advantage over English. I'm learning Spanish in school, and I think the fact that I'm Polish really helps with learning Spanish. I don't know from where Polish comes, that language. I don't know the roots. But good to know, man. Yeah, it's probably a lot easier to learn than if you're a native English speaker. That's for sure. I mean, English and Spanish are very different, but English is definitely a lot easier. Similar to Portuguese, whoever invented these languages must have been insane. Way too many grammatical rules. Well, Portuguese comes from the same place as Spanish, so makes sense. I mean, I can understand some of it. So, makes sense. Makes sense. But it's so interesting that there are so many languages around. Polish is a Slavic language. Okay, okay. That's interesting. So, nowhere close from Spanish origins. Latin origins, better said. So in that case, it's interesting that you find Spanish easier if you're Polish, because it comes from a different origin. I really realize that it's widespread enough to be worth it. Okay, fair enough. Try Sanskrit. I don't know what that is. Man, I never noticed your German accent, bro. Keep it up. No, I'm not German. If you're talking to Tyron, well, then yeah. I wouldn't have expected that he was German. That's super interesting. But as you guys can see, it runs fine at 720p as well, but I would probably do 900p medium instead. Resolution wise is a lot better. So yeah, ¿ya hiciste con la D50? Sí. Rebobinar stream. I feel as though a lot of English speakers are monolingual compared to speakers of other languages. Well, makes sense because English is a very international language. Very powerful countries are English speakers, and English is easy to learn. So, for example, Chinese is very important, in my opinion, but I wouldn't learn Chinese. I don't wanna. And it's very difficult, because it's way different. But at the same time, Chinese people have an easier time learning English and Spanish, so they do not mind learning English, I think. So in that regard, English has a big advantage that is easy to learn, and a lot of countries speak it. And it's, again, easy to learn. Chinese has 1,063 letters, I think. That's the thing, those are not letters. Those are like drawings. It doesn't work like our language. It's a completely different way of having a language. It's completely different. So your mind works differently when speaking Chinese, because you're not speaking with words. You're more speaking with it's difficult to explain, but I don't know. Ideographs, exactly. When you're speaking, the Chinese, there's no alphabet. You have ideographs in Chinese. But in Chinese, doesn't matter which part of China you are, the writing is always the same. But the way to speak it has over 50 different ways. So you could live in China, two people could be from China, speak completely different, in a completely different way, but the part that is written is exactly the same. So the writing is consistent across the entirety of China, but the spoken part has like 50 variants. So they do not understand each other by speaking between big parts of China, but writing, they do understand each other. So that's super interesting, but it's completely different to our language. Yeah, Mandarin and Cantonese are two variants, but written they are the same thing. The thing is when you try to speak it, that sounds different. Anyways, sorry for talking about something that doesn't have to do with games. Here we go. ¿Cómo recomendás aprender inglés? Y poné todo en inglés, tu celular, los subtítulos de las series, todo en inglés. Esa es la mejor forma. Anyways, yeah, my stream turned into a lecture. Sorry about that, guys. I get into it because languages, I'm very interested in languages. I think I should learn more. Your point about Spanish grammar makes me worry less about learning Korean. Well, good to know. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, but it's very cool to talk. ¿En qué bit retransmites? 19.000. Okay, guys, time to swap to the 1650 Super. Let's go. Allow me 1 minute. Okay, the 1650 Super is in. Yeah, yo también odio los tildes. Some people are talking about special characters in Spanish. Yeah, they're called tildes. Those are annoying as hell, because you never have a rule for those. Your native language is Greek? Interesting. Yeah, that's one I'm not going to learn ever, I think. But it's so interesting that you guys understand English. We've been talking about languages for 10 minutes now. That's hilarious. I feel the need for speed. Hell yeah. Saludos de Uruguay, Canelones. Bueno, saludos desde Uruguay, Montevideo, compatriota. ¿Corre bien a las 570 entonces? Sí, corre bastante bien. Okay guys, we're back into the PC now. I'm going to swap here. 1650 Super now. I'm now doing 3 GPUs in a live stream because if not, it affects my mental health. Too much work. So I'm not going to go into detail. But I'm taking care of myself. And you should too. So as I was saying, 3 GPUs per live stream, then I'm doing videos like usual, so don't worry, content is not going anywhere. Here we are doing gameplay and GPU tests. So yeah, expect 750 Ti, 1030, 2060, 1650 non-super in the coming days. So yeah, just when you start the stream say, I'm not going to say that because I don't know what it means, so yeah. Santiago, Greeks aren't super hard to learn, I count on you. Oh, okay. We'll see. It requires a lot of effort to learn a new language, so I try to be good at it. Which means, in a weird way, I try to be in a good mood to learn a new language, if that makes any sense.
Welcome.
Because I know that if not, I'm going to leave it a few weeks in. Jesus, I still click on the credits. The one thing I like how all Hispanic countries say they speak Spanish and they all understand each other, yet Brazilian and Portuguese just go when they try to talk each other. Yeah, agreed. That's pretty odd. But that's fine, I mean. Oddities of humanity. ¿Es un demo? No, es el juego final, pero lo conseguí temprano gracias a THQ Nordic. Again, thanks to THQ Nordic for providing a copy of the game 24 hours before the release day. Super useful, so I can get it analyzed to you guys, and you know if you want to play it or not, and how it runs. We're going for the highest settings, 1080p on the 1650 Super. High hopes for this one. Nvidia cards in general do have better performance on Unreal Engine 4 games, and this is one of them. The only thing that is not maxed out is the advanced far detail and world draw distance, because I want to understand how the game works first, then we go for the advanced options. Mi GPU no se usa al 100%, ¿sabes qué podría ser? Puede ser el CPU o que tu RAM no está en dual channel. Puede ser cualquiera de esas dos cosas. Alright guys, highest settings, 1650 Super, here we are. Let's see if shadows break the GPU on this one as well. Okay, yeah, over 30 frames, highest settings, 1080p, so shadows on this card don't seem to break over medium settings, on 1080p at least. So yeah, do you like the game? Yeah, so far what I like about the game is the combat. The combat, I'm enjoying it a lot. I like that you can dodge, jump, shoot and do melee at the same time. That is like one system there, and you have multiple weapons, as you can see. Multiple weapons and multiple melee weapons that you can swap between. I also like how agile the character is. The control of the gameplay is great, at least in my opinion. Then the story, I do not care. The graphics are a mixed bag. This part looks great, but the beginning of the game has pretty poor visuals, especially in the parts that are not open locations with a lot of foliage. But again, it mostly comes to what I prefer personally. There's some mechanics that I do not care about, like customization, I do not care. I'm more of a gameplay kind of guy, and this feels good to play. So I'm probably going to keep playing this on my spare time. I mean, gameplay is king. to me at least. I learned Polish from LOL. That's hilarious. It's like saying I learned Russian playing CSGO. But yeah, I understand. Deseando jugando con mi maravilloso trío 1660, 16 GB Dual Channel 580 y 3100. Sí, te veo lo más bien, man. Que lo disfrutes. But as I was saying, gameplay is game for me. So, gameplay is good. I think so. And it's what I'm usually into. Third-person combat with a lot of agility and guns and melee at the same time. Well, you learn Ukrainian playing Dota. Okay, I know what to play now. CSGO for Russian, Dota for Ukrainian, and League of Legends for Greek. I have all the tools now. Also, to the guy who's asking, GTX 1063 gigs is definitely not dead unless you want ultra settings. Well, I kind of agree, but at the same time I disagree, because some games do not have an FOV slider, a texture option, and use more than 3 GB. In those games you're screwed with 3 GB of VRAM, but it's not dead yet. I think it's still alive, but I wouldn't recommend it nowadays if you were looking for a GPU. It still holds up, but you need to lower those textures. And if you cannot lower those textures because the game doesn't have the option, well, you're kinda screwed. But those are not the majority of the games. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you're looking to buy a 1063 gigs, don't. But if you have one already, it's fine. You can play games. Is this game free? No, it's not free. It's a paid game that releases tomorrow. You can find it in the description. The link for Steam if you want to get it. This is just an early look at the game, 24 hours before it releases. So yeah, here we are, checking the performance, checking the gameplay, checking everything. So yeah, anyways, on the highest settings, guys, we get over 30 frames, so if you want the best visuals, there you go. But let's try to get 60 frames in a fast-paced game like this one. Fast-paced in a way, third-person games in general. I think this is more of a fast-paced nature. I think 60 frames is a good idea, so let's try medium shadows. That's usually in this game a huge boost. And there we go, 50 frames now. So probably medium settings. Let's lower the rest to high. And let's see if that's enough. Okay. 60 now. Still doesn't seem to be enough. Let's lower shadow. Okay, shadows are already on medium. Let's lower post-process and effects. And that should do the job just fine. Okay, yeah. Still drops below 60 sometimes, but this is one of the bad parts. So yeah, let's keep it like this. Medium to high. So mid-high. And if you want to do... This is similar to the 570 though. It's better than the 570, no doubt about it. But at the same time, 900p will be my recommendation for this one, I think. Although if you don't care about being below 60, go for 1080p, no doubts about it. So 1080p, medium to high, still retains a lot of good qualities. So yeah, good for now. Las gráficas se han vuelto más caras, maldita minería. Sí, tal cual. Yeah, people are complaining about GPU prices. Hell yeah, I'm with you guys. GPU prices are insane right now. It's a terrible time to buy GPUs, but it's going to get better. Everything in life gets better eventually, trust me. Love from India? Well, love from Uruguay, sir. Love from Uruguay. All the best to you guys. Frick crypto miners, hell yeah. And thank you so much to Nanda Gopal Gopakumar. Thank you so much for becoming an awesome supporter 1.0, which is a member of the channel. So thank you so much, tier 1. I hope you enjoy the icon next to your name and the emojis that come with that. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it a lot for supporting the channel directly. It means a lot. That means that you want me to keep doing what I'm doing and improve it. So that's what I'm trying to do. Thank you, man. I appreciate it a lot. From India as well. Well, there's a lot of people from India watching my channel. That's super interesting because you are on the other corner of the world. But it's always appreciated. All the love I'm getting from you guys. You guys are the best. But yeah, it's super interesting that people from India watch my channel. It's kind of odd. It's like saying, I don't know, people from Mars watch my channel. You're so far away, yet you watch my channel like you live close to me. Nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, nice.
This area was beautiful.
Support from India. Well, thanks. Thanks, man.
Look at it.
Same to
It's a
you.
war zone.
I don't know anything about this game. Is it single player only? Yes, it's a single player game. Exactly. Open world. And has RPG. It has leveling system. It has... what's the name of this? It has side missions, all the usual open world stuff. But it has third person combat that, at least to me, is interesting. And the story, personally, I do not care. So, I cannot give you my opinion on that. Enjoy your rupees and always found the term other corner of the world while Earth is a sphere, not a cube. Yeah, that's true. I haven't thought about it that way. You're right. Well, thanks, Cube Tricks. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it a lot, really. ¿Qué juego me recomiendas que me dé una experiencia equivalente a Sekiro? Nada me sacia después de jugar esa maravilla. Yo diría Tenchu, si no te importa que el juego sea viejo. ¿Y qué más? Si ubicas Tenchu, es un juego viejísimo. Y... bueno, Dark Souls, si jugás en modo energía. Modo Dexterity en Dark Souls es muy parecido, pero no es igual. Y ya se me va a ocurrir otro, pero eso es lo que te recomiendo ahora mismo. Y Bloodborne. The virus doesn't help silicon shortages either. You have to wonder whether GPUs become easy to get and everything else goes up in price as a result. Well, yeah, that's true because I mean, I'm also worried about the virus situation for the GPU market because that's already limiting the movement of stuff around the world. But I think it's a combination of they do not have enough production going on, plus the virus. So yeah, it's kind of a combination for disaster, a disastrous combination. But it's going to fix itself eventually. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Can you load the city part? Yeah, of course. Thanks for the heads up. I forgot about the city. Let's go for the city with the graveyard. I forgot about that one. Thanks for the heads up. Much love from Greece as well, as always. Well, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Okay, here we are. And as you can see, yeah, the city does run worse. We drop into the 50s when looking this way. So yeah, still, in my opinion, at least, 50s is okay. As long as it's not into the 40s, I'm fine. But again, personal preference. Thanks guys for reminding me of the city. I tend to forget. Too much information at the same time. Yeah, also lack of microchips. Yeah. Yeah, it's still good enough, I think. Yeah. Okay, it's dropping into the 40s now. Not looking good. A new biome entered. Okay, but it's stabilized. So good. Good. Not as bad as initially anticipated. So yeah, at least the shadows aren't trolling you. Yeah, true. Yeah, shadows can be pretty annoying sometimes when they're not done right. ¿Sabes lo sensational? A vos también. ¿Qué tal está el juego? Miré muchas reseñas y la gran mayoría dicen que es decepcionante. Sí, o sea, si esperás que sea algo que te huele la cabeza, sí, es decepcionante. Pero el combate me gusta mucho. Así que si lo agarrás por ese lado, que no es impresionante que rompe el piso, está bastante bien. Si te gusta el gameplay. Shadows eat FPS, hell yeah. Especially in this game. Oh, I have to break it first and then boom. Shoot into the face. Come on. Oh, I forget that there is a dodge button. not a dog button, a dodge button. Okay, so 1080p, it's okay with these settings. I would say this would be my best settings for 1080p, medium to high. If you want a bit more FPS, everything that is on medium, put it on low, and that's about it. Let's go for 900p now. And on this one, I have to say that high settings is probably the way to go, but let's give it a shot and we'll see. So 900p. Wage gap moment, what do you mean? Okay, there we go. Let's try 900p high. Okay, yeah, 900p high is not 60 frames in this area. So shadows on medium is probably the way to go on 900p. Yeah, there we go. I figured it out. So this is high settings, mid shadows, basically. As you guys can see, apologies for my throat, it's kind of trolling me at the moment. This is 900p, not 1080p. So this will be the configuration. If I didn't mind going below 1080p, this will be the way to go, to me at least. Because the game looks good and stays with slightly higher settings. And as you can see here, the advanced options, default is the lowest. So I'm not touching that at the moment. So yeah, a bit too demanding considering how it looks. Yeah, I agree. But it is what it is. But that's why we do tests. So you guys can see if, okay, it doesn't run that great considering the graphics. But I want to play the game anyways. That's kind of the point of my videos. So you guys know. Because I know that performance is super important when playing a video game. I think medium shadows are almost mandatory until they fix them. Yeah, agreed. There should be an option to have shadow distance and another one for shadow resolution. Or grass shadows. Those will be interesting to have as well. As a different thing.
You need to get the
Yeah, no, I'm not doing puzzles.
The day is always brighter.
Yeah, the day is always brighter. That's what my therapist said. Said something about low income in Bulgaria, even though it isn't in the European Union. Oh, okay. I don't talk about politics in the channel, so I understand the point. Thanks for the clarification. Oh, okay, wage gap moment. Gotcha. That's pretty funny though. That people in a gaming channel are talking about wages. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that it's interesting. Okay, I can pee here? No, I can pray. Gotcha.
That's a myriad tribe outpost.
Maybe it's possible to change shadow resolution and distance in the game files. Maybe, but I'm not going to delve into that. That's not what my channel is about. Because most people do not touch config files, let's be honest here. This game has only one voice actor, really? Is that true? If that's the case, that's incredible. Incredible in a way that so much work. Oh, there's resting places, so there's bonfires. Hello Dark Souls, my old friend. I came to talk to you again. Holy hell, that's a tough enemy.
Ready to take on the world.
Humongous Heated, what a good name. Humongous. Corona with a slice of lime is quite nice in a hot day. I love that when I read that, I thought you were talking about the virus. I was thinking, what the hell is he talking about? Game files are for people that low spec gamer, exactly. People that have more experience and don't mind losing graphics. That voice actor probably has to rest his voice for a while. Yeah, he needs a vacation, a very long one, indeed. Once airports open up again. Come on, please die. Thank you. Okay. He's gone. Reduced to atoms. Wrecked. There you go. This is a nice game. Gonna buy it. Okay, Sergio. Enjoy it. Sergio. Sorry. Do Amuga's benchmark 8K. Coming soon. It's your nearest benchmark. Let's go to the resting place, like the game asked. Come on, run.
There's a serenity about this spot. It's a place for
rest until daybreak. So the Dark Souls moment incoming. Bonfire. Ah, so wholesome. Love that. Love fire. Anyways, time to do highest settings because we didn't do it. So max settings 900p. I'm missing something. Hang on, guys. Yeah. So we apply. I'm not using automatic graphics. That means that the game chooses for us. No thanks. So we do 900p max settings. There we go. So we start recording. Imagine if the narrator was Australian. That would be funny. Yeah, that would be amazing. I love Australian accents. How they say moit? Yeah, as you can see, max settings is fine, but it drops much lower, which is not something minor. Only 3 GPUs, yeah, my health depends on it. I cannot stay that much time testing GPUs, it's affecting my health. So I take less time doing videos. So yeah, as soon as I get better, I'll be able to add more, but at the moment 3 is my limit on live streams. On the usual videos, I'm still doing all the GPUs, so don't worry. I'm limiting my live stream schedule, to say it in some way. So yeah. Hey Colts, how's it going, man? Kano as the narrator for Mortal Kombat, hell yeah. I'll be all in for that. Those should be the mods for this game, but imagine the amount of lines that you have to make from scratch. That would be insane. Well, thank you, Supernova. That's so nice, so wholesome. Imagine if the narrator had a German accent. That's hilarious. Good thinking, take care of your mental health. Yeah, I mean, without it you're nothing. So you need that to be working for the rest to be up and running, to say it in some way. Esta placa rinde igual que la 1060 y más o menos, sí. Debería ser bastante similar. Hans, grab the furry. That's hilarious. I love it. That's my favorite word. Thank you for testing these cards. We appreciate it. Well, thank you, man. Thanks for the support. Will you try it in a few days with a 2060? Yeah. Either tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll see. Tengo la 1660 Super. Creo que la voy a cambiar por un auto. Y sí, si podés hacerlo. The One. Tienen tanto valor, aprovecha. Mental health is overlooked too much. I wish that nobody was ashamed of talking about it. Well, when I'm talking about it, I'm ashamed. So, and also, it's a very personal thing. But it should be talked about more often. Whoa, look at that frame rate. We dropped into the 30s. See, this is what happens when shadows are above medium. Sometimes you get a huge performance hit, then you put the game on medium, and it goes back to normal, as you can see. So yeah, some parts of this game do need work, especially on the shadow department. So yeah, so far so good, but that's a big no-no from the game. As you can see now, it's stabilized again. But now it's dropping again, I think. Yeah. Something is broken with the shadow option. The shadow option needs work. Anything above medium sometimes locks the game to 20 frames for no reason. And it's not something that is easy to predict. Let's leave it at that. Mental health affects physical health as well. Hell yeah. Yeah, you know that right. That's true. But don't worry, guys. We all have people to talk that with. We're here for games, for performance, for... So sorry for putting that thing in your face. Don't worry, I'm fine. you guys should also be fine. And if you're not, you talk to someone. Always talk to someone. But let's focus on games. That's what we're here for. Let's enjoy new video games and PC hardware. Try no anti-aliasing. Assassin's Creed Valhalla has the same problem, but when disabling AA, the frame gets back over 60. I tried it, but the only way to fix that drop, at least on my experience with this game so far, was lowering those shadows. So thanks for the heads up, but that wasn't the case in this game in particular. It's at least over 30. Hell yeah, agreed. But sometimes it locks to 20. The inventory is limited space. Let's find out. Hang on, I don't want to drown. Let's find out. Exacto, WDX. Journal. Here, inventory. Let's take a look. Consumables. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be limited at all. Or is it? Let me see if I can. Yeah, you can scrap stuff, put it on favorites, pin it down, but the inventory doesn't seem to have any limitations on the space side. The healing items though, okay, I'm understanding now. The consumables do have a limitation. You can see that here on the healing wheel. If you fill this up, you cannot pick up more health, as far as I understand. But then the consumables on scrap and stuff like that doesn't seem to have a limit. So yeah, it doesn't seem to have limited inventory unless it comes to healing items and that type of thing. Disculpa, Santiago, ¿la resolución actual cuál es? La resolución actual creo que es 900p. Sí, 900p. 1600 por 900. Alright guys, let's do now 720p, and then we try the maximum settings on 1080p, and that will be about it. We're going to finish the live stream. So 720p maximum will be our option. So yeah. Can someone tell a newbie why no 1060 for a long time? Sure. No 1060 for a long time because I have the 1650 Super and that runs almost the exact same as a 1060. So if you have a 1060, don't worry, it should be running the same as the 1650 Super for the most part. So expect the same numbers, but you get more video memory, so that's great. You should be able to do better textures, and that's basically it. I hope that was helpful. That's the reason. So yeah. Let's go back to the game now. 1080p all low, I already tried that, so you can rewind the live stream for that. But as you can see, even at 720p, highest settings is not 60 frames. So this is definitely super taxing. It's one of those Unreal Engine 4 games that is super demanding when there's a lot of foliage and shading going on. Bubak's Nerves, what a good name. Also the GDDR6, well yeah, it's GDDR6. That's an improvement, but I mean, it's more video memory. So in most games, it's helpful to have more VRAM. Also, the disadvantage of the 1060 is that DX12 games and Vulkan games tend to run a little bit worse than on the 1650 Super. So yeah, in general, I think they are comparable, but they are not the same. They are comparable, so I think it's a good comparison point. And it makes it easier for me to not repeat the same graphics cards over and over. Okay, he's done. He's dead. Or track level illumination or volumetric quality, if it has any. Yeah, I tried all that, and so far the shadows was the only big one that made the biggest difference. So yeah, don't worry. Thanks for the heads up, though. I appreciate it. Thanks for looking out. Okay, that looks cool. Decía ultra. ¿Te gustó así? Did you like that? Somebody asked me to say ultra in a very particular way, so I did. I hope I was good enough. Ultra. Yeah, I think 720p max is fine. I don't think I need to lower anything. Maybe shadows to medium, but doesn't seem to be particularly necessary. At least not right now. Hola, soy Argentina. Con unas 750 GB lo tiro en 1080, no creo. Trataría 720p con resolución dinámica en medio. Need bitpeep. Okay, I need something to interact with this adorable creature that looks like a circular Enderman, but that's fine. I need to find wholesomeness to be able to interact with it, I think. ¿Cómo es la optimización por ahora? Para mí necesita trabajo. Considerando los gráficos, para mí le falta. Pero se puede ajustar, que eso es lo bueno. Ultra low. Exactly. You read my mind, sir. You read my mind. Let's go back to the graveyard city. That's usually pretty demanding. That also reminded me of this Mexican truck driver I used to work with. Well, I hope that's a positive thing. Alright. Yeah, 720p highest. We drop into the 40s, sometimes in the bad parts. But generally it's okay, over 50. Rarely a problem, at least to me. I would just lower those shadows to medium and we're good to go. APU benchmarks 1. At the moment, no plans for APU benchmarks.
There are some gorgeous colors returning to
Okay,
the world.
guys, now it's time to do 1080p and finish the live stream. 1080p, I'm doing it again, but this time I'm using extended draw distances and better fur textures. So it should be interesting to see if there's any performance hit. Tarjeta gráfica perfecta para estos momentos, 1650 o 1650 Super fue lo que vi que es pagable ahora mismo. Pero todo depende de tu país y muchas cosas. Lo que puedas comprar es lo mejor. Yeah, confirm video settings, please. Don't fail now, options menu, please. Please don't betray me now. Unreal Engine 4. Well, if it's a problem, we restart the game and be done with it. Yeah, I think something happened there. Too many resolution and setting changes can break the game. So that makes sense. Biomutant, we force close it. This is the first time that I had to force close a game, so that's a good thing. It means that the game isn't broken. Good. This is gonna be bad for sure. What do you mean? Acá en Argentina no se puede comprar nada a nivel... Estás a nivel Dios vos. Sí, lo que pasa es que yo ya las tenía. Acá tampoco se puede comprar nada. Some people are asking me what to buy nowadays in the GPU market. What you can. I mean, there's not much that you can do at the moment. So I'm saying that I'm very lucky that I already own the GPUs, because in my country it's not possible to buy anything. Everything is stupidly expensive. Anyways, so I'm going to do the highest shadows with the highest settings and the, and the highest draw distance. Everything max. Sí, quería un mate, acá está.
Something as beautiful as this be done.
Okay,
Welcome to
we're back to Biomutant, but now let me swap to 1080p once more. Hopefully it doesn't break again. So 1080p. ¿Me das uno? Desde acá no puedo, disculpa. Viste que con el virus no puedo compartir el mate. Alright guys, so we go back into the game. We're going to the bad part, which is the graveyard city, which is, yeah, Brick City I think it's called. And there we'll see what happens. Does Uruguay have high import taxes like in Brazil? Yeah, we have worse import taxes than Brazil. So imagine that. I consider Brazilians lucky in that regard. Imagine how it is in my country. So, alright, we're in the highest settings now. But we are not on the absolute highest. So here we're locked to 31. So what we're doing now, this is 1080p. Let me fix that super quickly. So 1080p max plus advanced options. There we go. So 1080p max plus advanced options. Yeah, South America does not get enough love. Yeah, I agree. For detail on max. World draw distance on max. Remember, this was 30-31 FPS. Let's go back now. So instead of 31 we get... Okay, it doesn't change. Although I'm noticing the better draw distance already. I can see more stuff into the distance. But we're going to do a quick digital foundry. So we're going to check the draw distance in a side by side. So what I'm going to do for that, como aprendí inglés practicando, le metí muchas horas. So I'm going to do a side by side comparison very quickly. So I take a screenshot, I pause the game, I disable all that stuff I enabled. I go back into the game and I take another screenshot. And that should show us the difference. So I'm going to grab the screenshots I just taken, and I'm going to put them in the live stream. 1 second, guys. So we take both screenshots, we drag them, there we go. So I have both screenshots, and I'm going to put them here. Whoa, here. So this is, let me check which one is which. This is getting difficult. I'm not sure if you can see that into the distance. Probably not going to be worth it, but hey. Let me check. Oh, dang it. Hang on, guys. I'm doing my best here. So FPS counter, a little bit bigger, and I think we match the footage. Almost there. Okay. I think we're almost there. Sorry for the delay on that one. So as I was saying, you might not be able to see that, but into the distance there is extra stuff. Oh, dang it. I cannot do a side by side. Jesus Christ. Let's do it like this. Hell. So not sure if you can notice that, but into the distance there's a little extra detail. Yeah, it's very difficult to see. So I don't think it's worth tweaking at the moment. There's extra stuff into the distance, but it's difficult to notice. Let me do that one more time. I'm not going to zoom in. So not sure if you can see that, but there is here extra stuff, no extra stuff into the distance. So it's not a huge difference. Let's leave it at that. It is noticeable if you do a side by side, but it's not worth your time to play with that setting. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I enjoyed taking a look at Biomutant with myself. I liked my conclusion on this game for the time I played it. I played how much? I played 2.5 hours. I like the combat, but that's about it. Graphics wise, it's okay. Performance is not that great considering the graphics. And the story, I don't usually care about the story, so this one didn't grip me. So the story, I don't mind. It's a mixed bag graphic wise. Performance, meh. But the combat I like. You can do rolls, you can jump, you can do shooting while doing melee attacks at the same time. So I like the gameplay loop in that regard, but then the rest, I don't need the rest. Gameplay is king on this one. Other than that, it's pretty average, I would say. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this livestream, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, thanks to THQ Nordic for providing a copy of the game so early. Biomutant comes out tomorrow on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. And yeah, if you want to get it, there's a link in the description for the Steam page. And thanks again to THQ Nordic. They helped me get the game early. So yeah, thank you guys. Bye bye. See you later. Love you all. Take care. See you next time.